Hi everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your weekly pick a card reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with pick a cards, all you do is I will have 4 piles with 4 different cards and 4 different objects for you to choose from. And the idea is that you just go into your heart and see what you're drawn to. It might be the card, or it could be the little trinket that I'm using today or that I use anytime. I would say go into your heart rather than your head, but don't spend too much time. Just go with what comes to you first. A little message in my 2-card draw, weekly 2-card draw. I do it on IGTV and on Instagram. And but when I feel like they are, well, I've also been uploading to YouTube, but they are meant for Instagram. And we got the message of taking a break. And I feel like I need to share this with you because, I feel like it is a message for us, especially if you are overworking or if you are taking on too many responsibilities. I know for some of us, or at times, that's just the way it is. Either put some down, or if you are unable to put those down, take a break. We got the 5 of Wands, which talks about competition, and it talks about maybe taking on too much, and the 4 of Swords came almost as an antidote. And I really would urge you to take a break. A break can be 5 minutes, a 5-minute coffee break. It can be time to just look at something beautiful. There's so many ways we can do self-care and take care of ourselves without it being a thing. It doesn't have to be anything big. We must just keep our spirituality simple, and that's the way we grow, I believe. It doesn't have to be something fancy or ritualistic. It's about what's in our hearts, and it's about us making life joyful as we can. Okay, so I just wanted to share that little bit for whoever might need it. Anyway, that's it. So you will see the 4 cards now, and you can make your choices. If you like the way I read, please do give me a thumbs up and tell other people about me. Subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. I really value the comments. And the thing is, the comments help my channel grow because it validates my message, and it validates me, you're making comments. So I'm so grateful to my friends who do, the people who follow, who have commented. I really appreciate that. So just an invitation to share your comments in the comment section here on YouTube. Okay, everybody, you will see the cards now and you will hear me shortly. Welcome back, everyone. So here are your choices for the week ahead for this reading. Group 1, I don't know what happened, but Swords came to the table. Perhaps we are all dealing with stuff that's in our heads, making decisions, cutting things out, bringing clarity. So that's all I can imagine. So the first group 1 is the 7 of Swords, and with it you have the elephant. Group 2 has the 2 of Swords and Africa. Group 3 has the 10 of Swords and Buddha. And group 4 has the Ace of Swords and this owl, cute little owl. So take a moment and I will have a close-up as well. So take a moment and make your choice or choices, and I will see you in the reading. You'll see me in the reading. Welcome back, Group 1. You chose the 7 of Swords and the elephant. So, the Seven of Swords does talk about deception. It could even be self-deception, but this need to play games. So, let's see what comes out. The elephant I always associate with Ganesha, and Ganesha is said to be the one who removes obstacles. At least that's one of the traits of, or the qualities of Ganesha. So let's see what your reading tells us. So group 1, let's see what your reading is. Wow, beneath the deck you have the Lovers, and this card was beneath the deck after I had cleared the cards, preparing for the reading. So you might be here concerned about love or some kind of relationship. Group 1, let's see. And perhaps you are concerned about having those, whatever obstacles are there, removed. But let's see what comes up. Okay. So, at the center you have this Emperor. The Emperor represents Aries in the tarot. But, of course, it can be any emperor-like figure. In the reverse, the Emperor can be someone who's not living up to your expectations of them, I think. The Emperor generally is solid, stable, confident in themselves. There could be an Emperor, could be you feeling a lack of confidence. It could even be bullying or feeling unstable for some reason. But the beautiful thing here in this reading is that you get the Star card with it. So there's some healing of this Emperor quality happening. If it's someone you are relating to, I believe that soul is undergoing a huge transformation, a lot of healing. So perhaps they have withdrawn because they need to heal, if that is the case, You get the Ten of Swords, what you need to think about, and that is there's something very wistful about this. But the Ten of Swords is a reminder, it is an invitation to let go of the hard times. It's, in fact, the Ten of Swords talks about the worst being over. And I'm sure you can relate to that. I think that you can feel that the worst of whatever the situation is now over. In the near past, you have the Six of Swords in the upright, and that's about, this tells me, yes, it kind of echoes that you have been moving yourself from this place of turbulence. Perhaps this relationship, because I think it is a relationship, left you feeling quite unsettled. And now you yourself have taken yourself away from that. You have tried with your mind, with whatever you've done, to take yourself to a more calmer space, and maybe that's even within. Your unconscious is the Page of Wands. It's in the reverse, and I think you are really wanting a new beginning, and yet maybe that is not on the cards yet, but we'll get clarifiers. In the near future, you get the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Knight of Pentacles is generally very slow moving, but let's see what that Knight of Pentacles has to say when we get a clarifier. You have the Three of Cups. So perhaps you have been leaning on family, on friendships, and that has been your healing. This card always reminds me of the Star. You know, when I clear, I do it in such a way that, well, I put the cards in their different places, and I often get this one mixed up with the Star card. So it ends up with the Major Arcana. So look at that, and you have both of those. So there's definitely some healing going on, beloveds. So I think that's really beautiful, and you have been using your inner and outer resources to heal yourself in this situation. Around you is the Queen of Wands. So this could relate to that same Emperor, a fire sign potentially, but it could be anyone who has that fiery, passionate nature. But in the reverse, they are not portraying that nature. There's somebody around you, I feel like, who is not being, maybe not being fair to you even. Like, let me think about it. There's definitely like, I don't want to say that too soon, that they are being unfair, because we're going to get clarifiers, but they are definitely not in your corner. It could be a relationship that's split up, and people are going separate ways, and maybe it's with this fiery natured sign, but definitely there is something rocky between the two of you. You get the Strength card in your advice, and I think that's so beautiful. It's about reminding yourself about the different qualities of strength within. It's a reminder also that gentleness is not weakness, really. And it's about ego. That's essentially what it's about. But I don't want to focus on that, because what does that even mean, you know? So it's what I said is just a reminder to yourself that please don't see your being gentle as weak. You can be gentle and super, super strong, which is exactly what the King of Cups is about. The King of Cups for me is the epitome of gentle strength, really. So perhaps, you know, you could be fixating over this fire sign and a water sign comes along, or fixating over this fiery energy and something else comes, something more loving and more emotionally stable comes along and changes everything. Or your king, your emperor emerges and undergoes this healing. Your bullying, stubborn emperor undergoes this healing and becomes the King of Cups, this gentle but powerful person. Gosh, man, these two cards got left behind of the draw of the pack. I don't know why. And it's the Tower and the Two of Cups. So I think definitely, well, like I saw them, there feels like to me that there was a Tower moment for you in a relationship. Something took you by surprise, and it was maybe the ending of a relationship. Okay, let me get these from the Rider-Waite. You know, so I got two messages now, because we're now shuffling. This Page of Wands flew that way, moved towards the past. So the first message that came to me is try not to struggle against whatever is going on, because the more you struggle, the more you push away what is meant for you, or the joy that you want, you know. That was the one. And what else came to me? Yeah, I think that's the main message. Let's see. So. you're not making this easy for me at all. Group 1, but you're not meant to, hey? Anyway, you get the 3 of Cups again at the bottom of the deck, so that energy of celebration. So keep drawing on your friendships and the people that are around you, you know, for your strength. With the Emperor, you get the this is not even a card, but I just put it in. You know what this tells me is that the Emperor is definitely feels like fire sign that you're dealing with. But the Emperor is undergoing some kind of, they need to do their work of finding some kind of sunshine within. It's possible that they have been going through depression or something. And so their healing is its own journey, and it might be taking its time. So you get the Knight of Coins twice. It's that healing. Wow. So, you know, the Emperor could relate to you, but I feel that it relates to another person in your life. I feel like this Emperor is going through their own process, but a powerful process nevertheless. You have the Star there. You have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and I think that means, I think what that's saying for me, and maybe I'll get another clarifier, is that they need to undergo their own process and be left to their own devices in a way. Like, I get this feeling like, don't interfere. It's like a loose tooth, or what do they say about a bear with the sore tooth? Leave it, let it be. This person is trying to find their true inner nature, their true self. They might be going through their own dark night, so-called dark night of the soul, you know, which is interesting. This is the dark night on their dark steed, you know, but they might be going through, I feel like that's what's going on. And, you know, no wonder you are feeling all of this, because this has raised up issues of the past, from the past for you, Group 1. A nostalgia, it might be from childhood, or it could be a past life love. This is the card of the soulmates. So this person could be someone deeply dear to you. You might have had a relationship in the past, or a soulmate relationship. You know, like we don't know the future. We don't know, even as tarot readers, I don't believe we have the right to predict the future. At least that's not, I don't feel that way, because the future is forever changing. You know, it's changing because of what we do, but there are like possible outcomes. And the other thing I want to say is that I feel like soulmates we have many. 1, and 2, a past life love. That might well be a past life love, but there's no guarantee of you being together, and yet you could be. So all I'm saying is, what this is revealing is, no wonder it feels so painful, because there's definitely like this soul bond that you have. In the near past, you get the 6 of Swords with the Knight of Wands. I think that you have slowly and intentionally done the work to bring yourself to a calmer space. And I would say, Group 1, please keep reminding yourself of that, because you don't want to take yourself back into the Swords energy. Even, you know, it's ever present in a way. There's this, it's there as well. It's there. And even if it happens, I feel like you need to remind yourself of what you did to bring yourself to these calmer waters. Just keep reminding yourself of that. With the Page of Wands and with the what is going on under the surface, beneath the surface, what you can't really see is the Page of Wands in the reverse. So this deep down you are really wanting this new beginning. And it is possible that that is getting in the way of you being still. So think about that, group one. I feel like earlier when I did the intro, I spoke about my 2-card draw. Please go and listen to that, because there's some advice there about the going within if you haven't listened to it. In the near future, you have the Knight of Pentacles again. The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving and steady, but they're very solid. Here it is in the reverse. So, there feels like there's this energy of negativity around you, group one. And group one, you know if this relates to you or to another. It could very well relate to you, where you feel like you constantly have to fight. And or you constantly watching your back, or feeling like you have to sneak away. And I'm not sure why. Let's see what the rest of the cards say. You are represented by this beautiful card of healing, and then the Page of Pentacles. I think you're impatient about something. Maybe you're impatient about your own healing, because you get the Page of Wands in your unconscious, and you get the Page of Pentacles in your energy. So perhaps you, group one, and this might be a stretch, but perhaps you associate stability with another person. And stability doesn't come from another person. We create our own stability. I feel like the more stable we are, the more likely we are to, especially if we are on a deliberate and intentional spiritual path, the more we put into creating our own stability, the more we open ourselves up to that stable partnership. Of course, we have different paths, right? Some people have clear paths with relationships, and others have a clear path with money. The world and life is so mystical and magical, so I get that as well, that you might be feeling this lack of an other. But I think that for you, what the cards are saying is, for now, you need to rely on your own resources, even if it's just for now. There's a huge change going on with this. See, this Wands fiery type person in your energy is undergoing their own cycles of change. And I think it's a positive one. The Wheel of Fortune is upright. You yourself, beloveds, look at you. You can create your own stability. I think you need to start making peace with being alone. That doesn't mean that you have to accept being alone forever. Not in a partnership, if that's what you want. It's kind of like accepting, being comfortable with, trying to get to that place where you are comfortable with being on your own. Because even if we are with other people, our happiness or acceptance of our alone state, it's like a sovereignty, right? Like we are still one and complete and full and whole, whether or not there are others in our life. And even if there are others in our lives, we are still that whole person. And maybe that's what this Strength card is talking about, that you are the woman, the lion, and the lamb. You are all those things. You are all those things. And this is not, it doesn't matter whether you are, so let's call that you are the human, you are the lion, you are the lamb. You can roar, you can be peacemaker, and you can be the one that is protected. And that all comes from within. So I think that your journey for the week ahead, dear group ones, is this inward, deep soul loving work somehow. And look at the beautiful cards you get in the future. So this energy could represent you, that you emerge from all of this as the King of Cups. And I really think it actually represents you. It's so powerful with the Magician, I mean, what more could you ask for, group one? It's like you emerge from this pain, this thing that you thought was unfair, and you emerge feeling more confident in your ability to love yourself and to share love with others, but from a place of this Nine of Pentacles, knowing your worth, you know. And the magician is the manifester of the cards, you know, is the one that's able to bring down from heaven what they onto earth, what they've wished for, bring down to earth. So perhaps your work in this week is also to okay. So the one thing I've forgotten to mention is that we are supposedly going through a portal. I'm not sure how I feel about portals and all those things, right? But we have a new moon, time for new energy. We have a chance to bring something new into our lives, and I think that's what you are being asked. One, you have this work of going deep within and building yourself, doing that self-building, honoring your sovereignty, acknowledging that you in your own right are beautiful. And so that might mean a lot of introspection this week. It might mean you writing, working with your journal and uncovering aspects of yourself where you give yourself over for another, and how you can see yourself as complete and whole. And so it's doing loving things and reminding yourself. You can even create a mantra about being perfect. This is one of Louise Hay's ones. I am perfect, whole, and complete. That's so beautiful. So you could even just do that simple act. But along with it, I think that you need to be either, perhaps there's two possibilities. Perhaps you are in search of your King of Cups. And it doesn't matter who you are, you know, and what your preference is, your sexual preference is. The King of Cups doesn't represent men, or not in my readings anyway. So the King of Cups represents a person who is at peace with who they are emotionally, that they are able to put up, because they know they can put up boundaries. They are so comfortable in water, which is the emotions, that they are also able to love easily. Right? So maybe you are being invited to open yourself up to your King of Cups through the Magician, through the power of the Magician. So perhaps in your meditations, aside from doing this work, you can go within and own the Magician, be the Magician, embody the Magician, and just play and see who your King of Cups is. Maybe the King of Cups will be, your King of Cups will be revealed to you. The other is perhaps it's about you and your emotional stability. Do the same, go within, play with the Magician. Ask for direct guidance from up above. And the Seven of Swords energy here, I think you need to look. I wouldn't be afraid of the Seven of Swords energy. I feel it might be within you, and I think that's where you yourself might sell yourself short, or feel like you have to play games, or in order to be loved, or whatever the case might be. I think that's what you need to confront. So you've got a lot of work, group one, to do. And please, won't you let me know what you think about this reading? Did it sit well for you? Has it helped you in any way? And give me a like if it has. Share your experiences of it. Share with others. And have a lovely week ahead, group one. I don't think this has been an easy journey, but I feel like it's helped you grow, and you are taking yourself slowly and steadily to more calm waters. And look at the promise and the possibilities there. Okay, group one, I send you lots of love for the week ahead, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group two. You chose the Two of Swords. So I'm thinking you might be concerned with partnerships. And you have this Africa pendant here, or picture of Africa. So perhaps this partnership that you're concerned with is a partnership. What I would say is that it's a partnership with someone far away from you, at a distance. And that's not because I think that Africa here represents the map. Could be someone in Africa, but even if you are African or in Africa and the person is in Africa, they are not in the same place as you. Or you might be relating to someone from Africa and you are somewhere else. But in general, I feel like, this partnership might be even a global partnership if it's not love. Let's see what the cards say. Wow, look at the Wands cards. So that would be fire, fire, fire. Oh, goodness. What's going on? Group 2, you have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. I'm not sure if you are walking away, wanting to walk away. Let's see what it is you're walking away from, or reluctant to walk away from. I feel this is about love. I really feel this is about a relationship. You have the Queen of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Wands. I think this was upright, to be honest. So there's this could be you, but your situation is about some hidden stuff, some untruths. It could be truths that haven't been spoken, and defensiveness maybe. So you get what you need to think about, you get the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is a passionate knight. They are maybe a bit frivolous. There could be perhaps there's so many thoughts coming to me right now. So I'm thinking there could be a frivolous energy around you. It could be you feeling the need to play more. But let's see as we clarify. In the near past, we get the Emperor here in the reverse. So I feel this might be you, but there's this energy of maybe a bullying kind of person, someone who hasn't been playing nicely with you. Okay, let me do a quick read and then we'll get clarifiers. Beneath the deck, in the unconscious is this, you're really wanting your healing, you're wanting your wish fulfillment, and there's something blocking that right now, or you feel it's blocking. I don't think we are ever blocked from healing, but you might feel like there's a blockage. But you yourself have this Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is the end of a hard time. It's like you've over the worst of this situation, but look at you feeling quite understandably, but you're still standing. I was going to say understandably shaken, but you're not stirred. You're still standing. Yeah. And you have a different vantage point now. That's interesting, group 2. I wonder if that means anything to you. That's very interesting. It's like sometimes the words come out of my mouth and like they shock me. Seriously, that happens. The one day I was staring at a card, one of the cards that I really battle with, and I was staring at it. And then these words came to me and I was blown away. And I think they were really for me. and they will appear somewhere in my writing, and in my offerings. But anyway, I'm meandering now. In your near future, you get the Two of Wands, and I feel it's like a restlessness. This is complacence, the step back before we move forward. In the reverse, I'm seeing it in this situation as restlessness. You might still feel restless. Around you get the Two of Cups. So I'm inclined to feel like there's a lot of love around you. There's a partnership that is very meaningful for you, and that's what's causing all this pain, or this being stuck in your head, this indecision. Should I stay? Should I go? Maybe it's a long distance relationship, and that's causing, maybe, it's causing trust issues. Because when we're far from each other, it's easier for that to happen, because we don't have that connection every day, that physical connection. And physical connection is so amazing, So maybe that's what's going on, and there's a lack of trust. Maybe that's simply all it is. And then you get the Sun. And I think that your advice for the week ahead is to the sun. It's to the sun. Lie out in the sun, vitamin D up. If you can't be in the sun, be with light. Imagine the sun pouring on you. Just do the sun. It's such a powerful card of joy. Look for joy around you. And then in your outcome, you get the King of Swords in the reverse. So there's a King and a Queen of Swords. So I definitely feel there's a strong partnership here. The partnership, I feel it must be distance. But there's something going on with the partnership. It could be emotional distance, like, the swords are so much about the head. So detachment from each other for some reason. But we'll get clarifiers. It might be, let's see what comes up with that Emperor, because I think that the Emperor is that other energy. And maybe it's the energy between you, Let us see. King of Swords again. Oh, wow. Okay. And then underneath the deck, wow, group 1 got this as well. It's this need for celebration, I didn't get it. Where we for you? But let's see here. Maybe someone was impatient with someone. Maybe harsh words were spoken, group 2. I definitely feel that sharp-tonguedness. Now, this Two of Swords, it does indicate a dilemma. The dilemma could even be about, should I go? Should I stay? Should I move home and be with my partner, or stay here? It could be something like that. But there's some impatience, and I think that harsh words were shared. Perhaps your beloved was the one with the harsh words. And you're feeling trapped and defensive. Okay. This is, everyone got the swords this week, really. So, what you need to think about, there's this energy again of this new beginning, wanting this new beginning, and they're both in the reverse. Perhaps it's not time yet. Perhaps whatever's going on, it's not time yet. But I feel like I want to get another clarifier for that. Maybe what that's saying is don't rush. Don't rush. I think I'll get another clarifier for what you need to think about. Okay, there's this card of defensiveness again. And the Ten of Pentacles. So definitely, I feel like you are wanting to build this stability. But there's a lot of defensiveness around you. So maybe there's been a lot of fighting. And maybe that's just because you're far from each other. Let's see what comes up. I didn't even get one for your partner. Or what I'm seeing as the partner. Your partner. You get the Two of Coins. And beneath the deck you get the Sun again. So it is possible that your partner was juggling, or juggling people, or juggling, there's the ships again. It's really like this, it seems to be juggling the two homes, like where they live and being with you. So it's been really difficult. I'm getting this strong theme of people being far away from each other. So the juggling could be work and family. The juggling could be, I will get a clarifier for this. You've got such an interesting story here, group 2. Really interesting. You know, because wanting to come home and not being able to, COVID, and it's possibly very difficult. Oh, man. So, you know, it could simply be, the fighting could simply be feeling alone because of two people feeling alone, feeling locked out of each other's lives. It's, you know. And then in the unconscious, you have this wanting to heal the relationship so much. Wanting to heal, you're wanting to get back to this place of togetherness. And maybe I'll come back with the clarifier, unless, you know. But that's in your unconscious. That's what's going on deep down, is that this yearning for this healing. And with the Ten of Swords, you get the Tower. I think that you are being reminded here, this represents you, that a tower fell for a reason. These harsh words, there's some lesson in those harsh words, group 2. There's some lesson in those harsh words. There's so much lesson. There's a chance for you to rebuild. Now, it's possible that this relationship is over, you know, but because both the King and the Queen are in the reverse. And that's what the Tower is about. But remember that the worst is over, and now it's your chance to rebuild in whatever way you want to rebuild, whether it's with the same person or with another, or on your own. And here you have, you know, there's a strong theme of you needing to trust the cycles of life. I know you might feel restless. Here's this thing about travel and long distance again. Likewise with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, but it's almost like saying, allow the cycle to unfold, beloveds. I know that's so hard sometimes, but sometimes that's what we're called on to do. And while that cycle is unfolding, we listen to the guidance. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get one more for this, right? But you get the Two of Cups and the Lovers. So you've got the Two of Cups and the Lovers and the Two of Cups. Wow. So I think that there's a deep relationship here. There's a deep relationship around you. There's a lot of emotions for you, for each other. And the Ace of Swords, there's a lack of communication. There's definitely a lack of communication. And maybe that's what you're needing. And look at the King. The King comes with clarity. So this is what the Sun is also about clarity. So, you know what I would suggest? This week ahead is about you basking in the sun, doing the sun to death. King of Swords, getting clarity, and I feel like this mustn't be touched somehow, the relationship. Maybe you've been pushing, and that's not what is required right now. This is required, this clarity, but I feel like this is for once you've done the inner work, once you've done just focus on this issue and just write about it every day. And I think that's what your King of Swords is about. You know that the pen is mightier than the sword, and I guess in this case the pen is the sword. The pen is your clarity, using the journal to just scribble down your thoughts onto paper about this issue day after day after day, and see what comes up at the end of the week. And I'm so confident you will have so much more clarity. You will be so much clearer what to do, and I think that's what this Two of Swords has been about. Maybe you're both unclear about what to do. And take this as a work partnership, if that I'm seeing love, but everything can be applied to work as well, And then with the King of Swords in the outcome, in the reverse, I think that your clarity is about yourself, is about your self-worth, your self-value, and that your sovereignty, group 1 got this as well, you're seeing yourself as a being on your own. Like we are mother, we are father, we are son, we are daughter, we are all those things, but ultimately we are us, we are ourself. And those others are part of our personalities, but who is the true you, this person that stands alone with your own thoughts, your own emotions? I think that's what you're working towards unpacking in the week ahead. Both the readings have been quite deep so far, group 2, and I hope that helps you. I don't think I need to clarify, because I think this clarified. I think there's a deep relationship here that's going through a hard time. Maybe there's been a split. But there definitely is love here. And even when I say there's definitely love here, I'm not a guarantor of that will stay. Nobody, not a single person can guarantee that, because that's what life is. It's about this dance that we have with creation, and I feel our journey is towards going deeper and deeper, where we know when it's our turn to play the dice or to act, and when Spirit is saying, hey, sit back, And I think what's happening here is you are being asked to sit back from the relationship, in the sense of not obsessing about it, to focusing your sun on yourself, the sun on yourself, doing that inner work of journaling and seeing what comes up. But this week ahead is about you. Okay, group 2, I will leave it there. I wonder if I should, let me get one more for the Two of Cups there, or at least for what's going on in your unconscious. Let me see if and then we get the Knight of Coins, which is the slow but steady moving energy. So in the unconscious, it's all of that. I think it's just confirming that you're wanting to move fast, and Spirit is saying just allow the cycles to unfold and focus on you. Okay, group 2, I think that's a beautiful reading, and even if there's pain, there's always a chance for us to grow, and I think that's what's going on with you. Okay, group 2, I wish you a wonderful week ahead, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose the 10 of Swords and Buddha here. So there's some deep transformation going on for you. I think that there's a huge change maybe a difficult change that you've been going through, and yet it feels like it's been divinely orchestrated. I'm fascinated by the fact that we all got swords, all the readings, the cards that came out, the swords. Oh gosh, I have to show you this. Look at the little cat peeping. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? Don't be sad. It's very cute, man. So let's see. Oopsie. Okay. The world. And you get one extra card. Oh, King of Swords, which came out for. And you have the Lovers. Okay, so I feel like I'm doing love readings. Let's see what comes out, because I will just, as I normally do, try to read for both. So there's a cycle that you thought had ended. It hasn't. In fact, there's kind of a new lease on life on that cycle. So it could be a relationship, it could be a workship, it could be studies. So let's say if it was studies, maybe you thought you had failed a subject, or whatever that means, but you are useless at whatever. And then your lecturer or teacher comes to you and says, well, are you applying for this special course in this? Oh no, but I'm not good at it. Oh, who told you that? You're really, really good at that. I think we need someone like you there, whatever. Okay, I'm doing a story here. But you can apply that in a workship, maybe in a lovership. It could be you thought something was over and actually there's a new beginning. And the reason I first thought this was love is, look, 6. They're related, right? 6 of Cups, 6 of the Lovers. Past life, love. I know in this one it talks about nostalgia. It talks about the younger puppy dog. And it talks about things from the past coming back. So maybe something from the past is coming back, beloveds, whatever that might be. And the Ace of Cups in the reverse is something you thought was dead, something you felt passionate about, a person, a relationship, an area of study, an area of work, but it looks to me like it's not dead. In the unconscious, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and it's like you want concrete answers now. And maybe because it's in the unconscious, it's just saying, just take things slowly. I think that's a constant theme so far in the readings, is don't push things before they are ready. In the near future, you get the Page of Cups. You get the Page of Cups in the near future. There's some really dreamlike quality about this Page of Cups. It's like little new romance. So maybe something from the past is coming back. If it's a lovership, it's an old lover that wants to start new in a very innocent way, in a very childlike way. And, maybe the relationship ended under difficult circumstances. And this is just saying, let's start anew. Let's make this feel. There could be a dreamlike quality about this relationship. And that would be a caution. Do pigs fly? Yes, they definitely do. So there might be someone comes into your life that's got this very dreamlike quality about them, or like they are. Sorry, I just want to put some incense. They are starry-eyed maybe about you. Who doesn't want somebody to be starry-eyed about them, right? That's very sweet, actually. Okay. And then so that's okay. Yeah. For you, I think you are being guided to be patient. That's a theme. That's a constant theme. You have the Two of Wands in the reverse. It could indicate that you are rearing to go. You came up last week champing at the bit. You want to go all guns blazing, but you're being cautioned to, not even cautioned. I think maybe you are just feeling restless, and that's just the way it is. Around you, there's this dreamlike quality again. You know, sometimes the Seven of Cups for me in the reverse is very positive. It's like someone has chosen you, has decided or realized that you are their all-time love. I know that sounds very, or it could even be a job. You might have applied for a job and you are chosen out of all the different applicants. Your advice, I love this, it's come up twice for group 1 as well in the same space, is to work with the strength card, to own your inner strength, and to not confuse strength with hardness. Your message is slightly different from group 1's, but I think that you need to think about that. And then in your outcome, potential outcome, you get the 7 of the Chariot and the King of Swords. So something is still not clear. Perhaps people are not speaking their minds here. So, let me just bring it back to something that you thought was over, and it's possibly this thing that caused a lot of pain. Things can cause a lot of pain, but have been divinely orchestrated, maybe harsh words spoken, etc. But whatever it is, it's not over, and there's this new beginning that has potential. So I feel like there's 2 possibilities. If it's love, right? There's a relationship that ended, and it's not over. It's being given a new chance. It's very dreamlike, and it's like this person has realized you are the one. You know, the same way, this heart, this pain could be from a long time ago. It could be someone you considered to be your soulmate. That's what I'm seeing here. Very much. But there's also a dreamlike quality about it, about this person. They might be very dreamy about you. You might be very dreamy about them. But in the outcome, there's this nothing moves forward. At least in this week, nothing moves forward. Maybe because it's not the time yet. Maybe there's so many maybes, you know, that there's not a lot of clarity on this relationship just yet. So that's what the cards are saying so far. Let's see what Rider-Waite has to say. Oh, I was going to give like a work scenario. It's like something you thought was over, something that you'd let go of, maybe a project, whatever, is reawakened. But there is this caution that it's a bit dreamy, and it needs to be, maybe the cards will show that it needs to be grounded. And there might be a lack of clarity on that. But yours is to do this thing about, I think about trusting your inner strength and knowing that hardness is not strength. Asshole, I'm sorry guys, asshole to me, I have no time for assholes. I have no time for people masquerading as strong, but they are, or using assholery to bully others, or to, and it doesn't matter who they are, to put their point across, or to have power over others. That's not strength. It's the opposite. Gosh. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. It's, to me, something from the past is coming back. And if it's love, it's a beautiful love. It's like soulmate kind of love. And it feels like that to me. It could be a fire sign, it could be an Aries that you had this fiery, passionate maybe relationship with, or there was a project that you were really passionate about. And that's the thing that's not over. There's a new beginning, and it's maybe making you feel very vulnerable. There is a dreamlike quality. But let's unpack what the guidance is, because the Queen of Cups in the reverse, I think it's just talking about your vulnerability. And maybe that's you are needing to build your inner strength first in order to take this thing on with, so you can be strong physically, you can be strong intellectually, you can be strong in terms of your creative energy, but you might be feeling a little bit tender when it comes to your heart right now. So let's look after that little sweetheart of yours, group 3. And there's this soulmate love. And I feel it was with the fire sign, it didn't work out. Or this fiery, it was passionate. And it didn't work out. Something, and yet it was a soulmate. It feels like it was a soulmate. I said to group 1 that having, you get the soulmate card twice. Such a powerful card of a soul connection. But in the past, something hurt, something didn't work out, and I think it was related to burdens. It might have been something completely unrelated to love, but it felt like a lack of love. But it might have been just outside burdens that interfered with this relationship, or it was not meant at the time. In the unconscious, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the World again. You get the World in the upright. So what I feel like there is a chance to complete this thing, to start anew with the Ace of Pentacles. But there's something at the moment that is not ready yet, because the Eight of Pentacles can be like a solid offer. And maybe that's what you're waiting for or hoping for. And you're hoping that then ties up all the loose ends. So that's what's going on in your unconscious. But there's something that is not clear yet, group 3. And in your near future, you get the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So most certainly there's a lot of unclarity. Perhaps this person is unclear. Perhaps this person is filled with fear. Perhaps this person has such a dreamlike remembrance of you that they, when people put you on a pedestal, and that memory is always there, that you maybe were too good for them, and now they still feel that way, and so they are hesitant to bring that cup of love to you. Well, I don't know, that's what I'm getting here. Likewise, if you are looking for work. It could be that you are overqualified for a job and you apply for it, and people are hesitant to give it to you because they feel you are overqualified. So this restlessness, oh gosh, it's like you are feeling both restless and trapped at the same time. But those traps are in your mind, and I think that we need to focus on this and maybe even get one more card to help us clarify how you deal with that. Around you is this heartbreak. So this could be someone who broke your heart, but who I feel whose heart you broke. You might not even have been aware of it. They really felt like you were a wish come true and something didn't work out. If it's work, it could be that you were the right person for a job, but you didn't get it because you were overqualified. And maybe that's something you need to look out for. I don't know what that means in terms of how you sell yourself, but maybe there's that element going on around you. And then we get for your advice, you get the Strength card with the 5 of Wands. So this, I would like to invite you to listen to my 2-card draw. I draw 2 cards every week for Instagram mainly, but I've been posting every now and then on Facebook, on YouTube, and we get the 5 of Wands there, and we get the 4 of Swords. So I think that please listen to that, because I think there's something in there for you. This talks to me about competing interests. This is a very still card. There's something very peaceful about this person who's aware of their humanness, who's aware of their lion beast nature, and is so in touch with their ability to nurture and be meek, be sweet. So they're in touch with so many different aspects of themselves, and I think that's what you're exploring in the week ahead. Your different natures and kind of like integrating them in some way. I feel like it's almost, I'm feeling like the Devil card here, like you are dealing with the different shadows, but the shadows are also the sweetness, the humanness, the beastliness. I think that's one aspect of your advice. And then the other is to, wherever you feel, I think wherever you feel competition, withdraw. I think your advice is to withdraw, and I'm saying that because of the 2-card draw that we got, which I'd like you to advise you to listen to. And then in your outcome, you get the King of Swords. There's still a lack of clarity. There's almost like I think a caution not to rush forward, that it's not time yet to move forward, group 3, or something will be curtailed from moving forward, and you get the Hierophant. Now this is this card of mine that, like, in the reverse, it could talk about, institutions. Just give me a moment. I want to think about these 3 together. Is there something about an institution that's holding you back from moving forward and getting clarity? So it could be a marriage that's failed but not over. It could be, for example, my ex-husband and I keep finding out that we are still married despite the fact that I don't know how many times I've been to home affairs, or he has. We are divorced, but my name will always constantly be his surname, which in any case, I never took his surname. So it could be something like that, like a legal document that is holding you back from moving forward, a passport that you can't find, so you can't travel. So there's something that's curtailing movement forward, that is about the system, that is about a structure that's in place, marriage, university. It could be that you don't have your CV in order, so these jobs that might be so suited to you, or it's not updated, so you might be able to do that thing that people feel you are maybe overqualified in a different area, but they don't realize, this dude has got this experience, so they'll be perfect. They'll marry that thing that we maybe didn't think we wanted, but actually, great, something like that. So there's something in the near future. Let me know. Like, is there a document? Is there some legal thing? Is there some institutional thing that is holding you back from moving forward? Like, you want to move forward swiftly and keeping you from that wisdom that you need, Now I'm going to draw 1 or 2 more cards for the overall reading because, well, yours is a bit shorter and, yeah, it's a fascinating reading. Okay, and 2 dropped out. The Knight of Swords, yes, you want to move forward swiftly, but you have the Hanged Man there, and I think that you are being guided to know that you will, but you need to, this is just a hiatus, and this time of non-movement forward, and there will be movement forward, is a time for you to look at where you might be pulled in different directions and how you might hone your inner strength by looking at the different aspects of yourself and honoring them. So I think that your work is with the Hanged Man. I think that there are also practical things that might be getting in the way of you moving forward, and so maybe put your house in order. Like, I have to sort out my taxes. Do that thing that you don't want to do. Get your passport, get your marriage annulled, get your whatever, beloveds, get your certificate from university, whatever the case might be. That's the practical stuff. And for the deep stuff what you're doing, this deep inner work with the Strength card, you are acknowledging the strength of your humanness, of your beastliness, of your mild, of your inner, maybe you like the inner child within you, that gentle part of you. No, I don't want to dictate what that is, right? For each of you, working with this very image will conjure up different things, but it's about you getting in touch with that and taking time out for that. This one here, like I said, just please listen to my 2-card draw, because I think you'll get something from there. And then the Hanged Man, and you did get it in the reverse, which suggests to me that you might be resisting this place of stillness. But look at how playful this card is, allowing themselves to be in a state of suspension, allows them to see, if they were upright, they'll be looking at the heavens, but in this position, they're looking at the waters, which could be these emotional waters, by the way. Okay, group 3, I think that was a beautiful reading. All the readings have been very deep. So I will leave it there. Please give me your feedback, and if you liked that, and if it spoke your story, please give me a thumbs up, share with others, help me grow my channel. Your comments, I love to comments, and and I'll chat with you again in the week ahead. Bye. Welcome back, group 4. You chose the Ace of Swords and this owl. So if I think about your choices, I feel like you are really keen to cut through something, get some wisdom on something, and maybe get absolute clarity on something, and perhaps that's what you are striving for. And maybe that's what the reading will be about, but let's see. And I'm doing you much, I had to take a big break in between. As you can see, it's nighttime now. We had a little tea for my sister-in-law, and I'm back now to finish you, group 4. Did I say group 4? Yes, group 4. You've chosen the Ace of Swords. I'm not sure about this lighting though. Yeah, let's leave it in. And your little owl. Can you see that? Yeah. Cutie little owl. Okay. Let's see what your reading has to say. We've had very deep readings today. Everyone's been quite deep. Gosh, this damn Emperor keeps coming up, but you are the first to get the Emperor in the upright. And 2 wanted to come out for the outcome, so I'll put it there. Beneath the deck, you get the Judgment card. So there's some kind of rebirth going on for you, Group 4. Something that ended has a chance now to create something new or lead to something new. Yeah. So you get the 7 of Wands at the center, and it's crossed by the Emperor. So this is some kind of defensiveness, I think, and very curious. Like either you are defending yourself up against an Emperor type person, an Aries maybe, or someone who's dogged, not moving, or you need to, or you are learning to stand up for yourself like an Emperor. Very interesting. But we'll get more clarity as we move along. In what you need to think about, you get the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and for me that's about pouring love into yourself. I don't think you have been maybe doing enough of that, and it doesn't have to be actions. It's more than just actions. It's in our beliefs, and maybe that's what the standing up for yourself is about. It could be both. It could be, for some, it could be about standing up against someone. It might be this bully type energy around you. Look at this Emperor as an adversary. This could be someone that's like, just I won't listen. But as you, it could be the need to do that, to be determined and to stand. If it is you that's needing to stand up for yourself, you need to be confident that you, I think that in certain situations require us that we behave like the Emperor. You get the Ace of Coins in the past, so I'm suspecting that yours might be about finances or material type things, your reading. So you might have had a loss in the past, or an offer that you had hoped for, you really thought would come through, didn't come through. And it doesn't have to be material, it could be love. But I'm not seeing a lot of cups here, but there's some offer that you didn't get through. You get the same card beneath in the unconscious. So deep down you are really wanting this clarity, and maybe you feel like it will never come. But I feel a different way. I feel like having this, you are getting clarity, not just clarity, but you are gaining some wisdom and insight into this, whatever this offer is, or this situation with the Emperor, or this, this whole situation that has caused you to feel defensive. And that's what I think it is, that you felt defensive and unsure of yourself. And Yeah, we'll see what the clarifiers say. I think everyone's also got the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is about, the way I'm seeing it is this feeling of restlessness, that you want to go out and seek and do things, but you're kind of stuck at the moment. And maybe for the near future, at least the next week, you might still not be able to have that movement forward, and that's okay. But let's see what else comes up. The card representing you is the Page of Pentacles, and you get the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is also a card of offers or messages of hope, or messages around those issues. So with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, I think you're wanting a new beginning, a new stable beginning. But you're not sure at all how to go about doing that. And what's around you is the Hanged Man. And I think that this is an invitation to be suspended for a while. And maybe you've had this has been a common theme for you, and maybe that's just what the guidance is. Is there something you haven't looked at from a different perspective, I think. This is the card of Pisces, so it could be that you're dealing with the Pisces as well, because that's around you. The card representing your advice is the Hermit, and I think these cards go really well together. That's going in to seek your own your inner wisdom with the owl there, and that's also doing allowing yourself to be in a state of suspension. Doing it with a willingness to be able to see whatever comes, and not to close yourself off from any guidance because it doesn't fit with what you believe, or want to hear. In the outcome, we get the Nine of Wands, and we got this extra card, the Seven of Swords. The Nine of Wands can... Again, there's this issue of maybe not standing up for yourself in a situation, and maybe you will struggle with that for a while. And I think that it's a very key thing. That's a 9, and the Hermit's a 9. And your going within is to find this strength, this inner strength to be able to stand up for yourself in all situations. And they might not even be obvious to you. I don't think this means that you're a weakling by any chance. I don't by any means. It just means in a certain situation you might not be standing up for yourself or seeing yourself as the emperor. And standing up for yourself doesn't mean going out there and saying, whatever. It's not a fight. Not necessarily. It could be. But in your case, I think it's more internally. It's about self-belief. And that Seven of Swords in the reverse, I'm seeing it together with this Ace of Cups as this can be turning things in on yourself, where you become your own worst enemy, where you play games unintentionally, and they might be head games where you talk yourself down. And the antidote is this pouring that love in. Into yourself. Let me get your clarifiers group 4. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. And then beneath the deck you get the Four of Swords. That's echoing this the need for taking breaks and going within. But please, will you listen to my midweek 2-card draw, or end of the week 2-card draw, because this card comes up with the 5 of Wands, and I think that the message, I don't want to repeat it, but I think that the message is appropriate. So you get this standing up for yourself, or being defensive. Whatever you're doing, this need to stand up for yourself is the thing that leads to your healing. So I think there's some of you, group 4, who have started on this journey of, I think you've realized how much you've undervalued yourself, and you are starting on this journey of self-value. And there's a lot of healing that's going on with it. It's crossed by the Emperor. And you know, the funny thing is, the Emperor in the upright is generally up, but I saw it in a certain way. You know, it's dogmatic, you know, like it's my way or the highway. And I think that you've had situations where this comes up, where you might, you know, we have certain situations that trigger something within us, maybe of inadequacy, or it could be even doing a Zoom call. You're confident in everything else, but you know, so many different things. But it could be triggers from the past, and I think there's a certain type of situation or personality that triggers this feeling of needing to defend yourself. Yeah. And I think that this week is your chance to rewrite that story. I think that's so powerful. And maybe you are rewriting the Emperor into your story. You are taking ownership of this. I wouldn't say the personality type, right? Because if it's something that has been destructive to you, like say, for example, if it's a bullying energy or something like that, why would you want to perpetuate that? But you can rewrite the script and take over the positive qualities of the Emperor, which is about standing up for yourself and that self-belief. And you know, with this comes, you know what's so interesting? I think group 1 got the Emperor in the reverse and the King of Cups in the upright in the same position. And I think it's a similar story, is sometimes the kings, I believe sometimes the kings outdo the Emperor, and the Empress, the queens, you know, likewise. So maybe you are rewriting the script and owning this beautiful King of Cups energy within yourself. And that is filling yourself with such deep love and gratitude. There's nothing weak about this king, right? You can see this king is comfortable in their emotions. They are comfortable with other people's emotions. They are comfortable in that ocean. And if you think about it, the ocean is the world, right? And we're constantly dealing with other people's emotions and our own. But this person is comfortable with their own because they are learning, or they are just building themselves on this journey of self-love, you know. So you are giving this, I think that what you need to think about is building this king within yourself. Fuck the Emperor, really. I don't always have a negative reaction to the Emperor, but right now I am feeling like that is the energy that has been causing your whatever they are, whatever the situation, it's the energy that has not been serving you. It could be a person even that has been bullying you, or and maybe this person showing up in different guises, or this energy shows up in different people, and now you are rewriting that story. Dear beloveds, you need to think about where that Emperor energy is, and that's where this story applies. Maybe you have seen straight away where it is, you know. Oh, look at this. You get the Ace of Coins and the Ace of Coins in the reverse in the past. You know, this could talk about promises. Expectations, yes. Expectations of these offers, maybe from the Emperor, and they just don't come through. Or perhaps think about what that Emperor energy is. Maybe there is an institution or a space where you've always wanted acceptance or this offer, and it just hasn't come through. I think you are rewriting that story either to gain access or to become like the king and say, well, actually, I don't need that anymore. I don't need that Emperor energy. I don't need to play in those spaces. It's something like that. Gosh, all the readings have been very deep this week. And beneath the deck, in the unconscious, you have the Ace of Swords with the Page of Pentacles. Oh, this is so interesting, group 4, because you have the Page of Pentacles representing yourself, and you've got the Page of Pentacles upright in your unconscious. You know, I feel like this is about what you offer to yourself. Like there's this potential for a new beginning. It is a bit of a dual situation. So your head is not believing that you can actually practically, perhaps that Emperor is you doing these games, playing these games with yourself. You know, perhaps you have been telling yourself you're not good enough. So think about that. So there's that's in your head, like this new beginning. You want this new beginning to happen, but your head is stuck in maybe this I'm not good enough. But then here you have this page suggesting that you are at the beginning of a new journey. So you might not be getting these coins, which is could represent an institution or something that has meant something big to you. But in fact, instead you are at the beginning of a new journey of building your stability, your material, whatever. But it might be in a completely different area of your life than what those coins represent, or in a very, very different way. And maybe that way is a way that has more value for you, is a more valuing of you. Yeah, let me just see this Ace of Swords. So there is a head versus practical, head as in staying stuck in your head, and practical as in this ability to actually make things happen that is in your unconscious, that's doing a little bit of a war. And it's not too serious, but it's nice to know that it's happening, right? This was in the reverse, and I was talking about feeling restless. And you get it with the Page of Swords. I think that what you are battling with is this clarity still. Maybe that's what you're still working with in the week ahead. There's almost an energy of the Two of Cups here, Two of Swords here, this way or that way. But maybe we need to clarify that. Representing you, there's the same card, the Two of Wands. So you are feeling quite restless, I think. I think that it's so important for you to take your time out to be still. Very, very, very important in this week ahead. And I think that maybe this writing the script is literally also just writing, journaling regularly, every day, around this issue. Just journal, just scribble down whatever. There's an app called Penzu that you can type on your keyboard, on your computer. But I always say, for me, journaling is really about scribbling. It's like stream of consciousness. That's the way we get the answers, not by writing, like editing as we write, or writing with thought, you know. So maybe that's your journey for the week ahead, group 4. It's very powerful, very, very powerful. And around you, you get the Hanged Man and you get the Ten of Swords. So I think that this is about this different perspective. You can see something that died as a betrayal, or you can see it as the worst is over. Now I've learned with I'm sure you got the Nine of Wands. In the outcome, I've learned things. And now I can take that learning to start a new journey. And that's what's around you. So something did hurt, something did end, but you can see that ending as woe is me, or wow, have I not learned a lot, And then you get your advice is this is it. I think that you are working on your stability, and the Four of Wands is also this Emperor energy, so you are rewriting that Emperor energy. You are rewriting it into something that is still stable and beautiful, but it has this lovely, gentle energy, an energy that is self-loving, not loving at the cost of others, loving the self at the cost of others. That's what it is. And I think we need more of that in the world right now, or maybe always. And then in your outcome, I don't know why I got so many cards, but let's see what this is saying. Nine of Wands in the reverse. I also see this as a not standing up for yourself. It's not showing yourself enough value, group 4. So think about that. There's this institutional setup. So it could be that you are not valuing yourself enough in work, in schooling, in university, in a marriage, in work. I've said all of that. It could be any kind of institution where you might not be valuing yourself enough, I feel. And then this Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords, it's all this head stuff, and this is in your outcome. So I think that you need to be aware of the games that you play that keep you stuck, and they are related to some kind of institutional setup. Maybe institutions for you have always had this negative connotation with the Emperor there, and because I've interpreted the Emperor from the outset that negatively, that's what I've seen in the reading, and maybe that's what you are changing around. And I know it will be different for all of you, and there's this need, and I think that this game playing thing is where you are not valuing where you don't value yourself enough, group 4. So that's what I think is going on for you. I think there's a lot of work for you to do in the week ahead. Please let me know how this reads for you. Let me know if this resonated. I would love to hear your feedback. Please put your comments in the description box below, and please give me a like. Tell others about me, please, because I would love to grow my channel. And I hope this helps you, group 4, and I send you lots of love on this, what could be a journey that is painful at times, but trust me, there is so much growth and so much deep maybe wisdom, but deep growth. And it's like you are walking with spirit, with your guides, with whatever around you, trust that. Okay, group 4, I send you lots of love for the week ahead. I'll chat with you again soon. Bye.